Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Renee Box Young, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, and analyze, and simply talk about the sport of boxing in a level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. Definitely, you know how we do it here, man. Subscribers since day one, recent subscriber. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much for supporting, tuning into the flash lives, tuning into live sessions, tuning into the premieres of my videos such as this. Playback family, salute. Thank you so much for commenting in the comment section and just, collaborating, being part of this platform, man. It's awesome. We're growing brick by brick, stone by stone, bit by bit. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, so I got to talk about this, man. You know how it is right here, man, when it comes to news that's coming out. Everyone's talking about it, man, because it's definitely worth talking about concerning Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez bout. Possible unification bout at 130, if I'm not mistaken. This is a great fight, man. This is just some great stuff. I say possible because you know the story, man. Y'all know the story that when it comes to a fight being official or announced, a lot of things can happen between the announcement, the official announcement of a fight when fighters fight contracts, and between that and the actual fight date, fight night, on fight week, the fight can get postponed or canceled for whatever reason and whatever the heck goes on. You know how it is in the sport of boxing. However, I'm quite excited because this is a step closer to these two fighters going at it. I mean, this is some great stuff. Now, first and foremost, I want to say something about this. Like, everybody knows what's going on, what has gone on, at least for the past as of late, I can just say, right, concerning Oscar Valdez. When it comes to me and, talking about fighters and, breaking down, analyzing or what have you when it comes to certain bouts and fighters in particular, there's a lot of controversy behind a lot of fighters out there, what I'm saying? Behind most, I guess we can say, in this aspect, at least in this respect, that so-and-so is a duck. I know that Valdez has that reputation, or a lot of people at least, I might not want to call it reputation, but a lot of people have at least put that label on Oscar Valdez, saying that he's been, I guess, ducking Shakur Stevenson for a long time or what have you. These guys are young, man, and the fact that this is being announced, this is perfect. I'm not complaining, I'm not tripping about it. Even though people may have called Oscar Valdez that, he's been ducking Shakur Stevenson and blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But look at this, ladies and gentlemen. They're at a great age right now. And unifying right now at this time, it's perfect. It's perfect, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why you never really heard me. I never talked about that. I never talked about Oscar Valdez being a duck or, Shakur Stevenson or this and that. I don't know, man. This is a perfect timing. You check my channel out, research the content. You'll see I've never said anything like that. And I really don't call fighters that anyway. So I think this is perfect timing. And I haven't complained about it, definitely, about them not fighting, in the past years or whatever. This is perfect. We're seeing that there's going to be a unification bout. I say there's going to be because it looks quite promising. We're going to see some sources or what have you. We're going to see some information right now online to prove it, So it looks like this is really going to materialize. And I got to say it again, man. I mean, I'm not one of those guys, to exalt one promotional company over another. I'm not one to say that Top Rank's the best promotional company out there for fighters and for boxing in general, and PBC sucks and, DAZN sucks. I don't know. I just like to see great matchups, and this is one, ladies and gentlemen, that we cannot complain about. If there are people complaining about this fight, and then whatever, whatever, that's them, But this is nothing to complain about right here, ladies and gentlemen. There's another thing right here I got to clarify also concerning, just to lay the foundation here. Concerning Oscar Valdez, as of late also, everybody knows the story. He popped for that methamphetamine, whatever heck it's called. I really don't care what it's called, okay? He popped for that, okay? In the lead up to the Consequio fight, Consequio, however you pronounce that name. I mean, put up a good fight, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't even see that fight, to be honest with you. From what I heard, the Consequio fight, he did pretty good. He debatably won, as a matter of fact, but whatever happened, and it is what it is. I didn't care about that fight because of the whole controversy that was behind the lead up to that fight because of Oscar Valdez popping for that, whatever it was, okay? That was just me. I mean, if other people say, other things about it, whatever, I don't care. Because I lost total, ladies and gentlemen, interest in that fight. And I didn't even watch it. I saw a couple highlights out there, just, quick clips. But I really didn't care for that fight, honestly. I just did not care because me, as a fan of the sport, you know what I'm saying? I lost a lot of interest in Oscar Valdez because of that whole controversy, man. But before that, and I've given so much credit and props to Oscar Valdez, like I said, once again, check out my channel. Check out the videos I have pushed on Oscar Valdez, man. Nothing but credit, nothing but respect before the whole Consequential controversy stuff, okay? Before that. So I got to give credit to Oscar Valdez in this, ladies and gentlemen, and I want to get into this. And I'm not going to even talk about, I'm not going to contemplate, ladies and gentlemen, because I'm fair with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say that Oscar Valdez is a cheat. He's a steroid user. Whatever people want to call fighters out there nowadays, I give everybody their fair shot as a fan in the sport of boxing. You know, for example, with Canelo. You know, he popped with that for that clean years ago. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely criticize him for that. I definitely did, just like I criticized Oscar Valdez for this recent thing, you know? But it's over. It's past. And I think that, personally, I think that Oscar Valdez really learned his lesson. Whether it was intentional or not, whether it's a PED or not, I freaking don't know, and I don't care. I'm not a scientist. Okay? So simple as that, you know? It's past. It's over. And I think Oscar Valdez really learned his lesson. And I pushed videos concerning that, breaking all that down. You check my channel out, and I broke it down. Okay, so I think that Oscar learned from it, and he's back to square one. He's going to be, you know, legit now. And that's how I see this. Okay, that's how I see this. So, and props to both fighters, ladies and gentlemen, for taking this fight. I don't necessarily, because I remember in the lead up to, go back. In the lead up to Oscar Valdez and Burchelt fight, there are interviews out there, and there are, you know, it was great. You know, the ESPN, whatever the heck it's called, I don't know what the name of the documentary is, but, you know, when they do documentaries on the lead up to certain fights, they did one, and they were interviewing, you know, Oscar Valdez and Burchelt. It was in Spanish. I saw the Spanish one, and, you know, Oscar Valdez, I think it was speaking in Spanish or English. I really don't know, whatever. But because he tends to talk a lot in Spanish in certain interviews, but I remember him saying he ain't, you know, he wants. I remember him mention Shakur Stevenson, you know, if he gets passed through, you know, Burchelt at that time, and everybody knows the story of what happened. Why am I saying this? Why am I bringing this up? Because I never believed. That's what I'm trying to say here. When it comes to Oscar Valdez, I never believed in the whole, you know, he's scared of Shakur Stevenson or something like that. I never did, because the way he spoke, the way he, you know, carries himself, the way he talks in interviews and certain things like that. Like I never really perceived that Oscar really didn't want to fight Shakur Stevenson, because this is proof in the pudding, ladies and gentlemen. The proof is in the pudding here that it looks like they're negotiating. They're very close to getting the fight, you know, written in stone, set in stone, however you want to say it. And it looks like it's going to go down. So I give credit to both these guys, man. I give credit, ladies and gentlemen, to both these guys. And I'm definitely very excited for these guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm excited for this fight if it goes down. Unifying at 130. So let's check this out. Well, these are one of the reasons, and I'm going to get to Shakur Stevenson in a moment, okay? So, but these are one of the reasons why I think that this fight's going to go down, and I hope it does, okay? I really do. Now, sorry about that. We're going to check that in a moment. As a matter of fact, that's the wrong site I wanted to show there, but here we go. So this is, you know, Shakur Stevenson. This is his Twitter account, you know, link in the description, yada, 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 right? So, you know, this was January 13th, as a matter of fact. So this was a few days ago. It says here, you know, Shakur Stevenson teasing big fight news. And this is Shakur Stevenson. This is actually retweeted by Shakur Stevenson, posted by Michael Benson, that source guy in boxing. Yeah. My next opponent going to be a big surprise. Pound for pound me please. So this was, okay, I got to clarify this, okay? Just to show that I'm led to believe this fight's going to really happen, ladies and gentlemen. This is awesome, because this was back in January 13th, and this was days before the whole news started coming out and going viral, when more details between Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez was going to happen. At that time, January 13th, when Shakur Stevenson posted this, and as a matter of fact, that's when Michael Benson posted it, but Shakur Stevenson, as you can see the date down there, if I'm not mistaken, the date right here, right? January 12th. So he said this in January 12th. Shakur Stevenson kind of teasing people out there that, you know, it's going to be a wonderful fight, a great fight, great matchup, whatever, you know. So when that was posted, I remember seeing that days ago. I was only wondering. I was like, who is it going to be, man? Is it what's going on here? Is it going to, you know, maybe Lomachenko? I don't know, right? My mind was thinking, but I didn't want to push the video as of yet, because I was thinking I'm just going to wait for some time to prove, you know, to show what's going on, you know what I'm saying? So, and then you move up a little bit more, and then, you know, this is, I repeat, this is, you know, link in the description. This is a Shakur Stevenson Twitter profile, whatever. You know, this comes out once again by the source guy, Michael Benson, right? And Shakur Stevenson says, you're all snitching. Michael Benson, bringing out the news. Oscar Valdez versus Shakur Stevenson is reportedly close to being set as a WBC and WBO a super featherweight world title unification on April 30th. So that's soon, ladies and gentlemen. This is some good stuff. You scroll up a little bit more, right? January 16th, right? He says, let's do it. This is Shakur Stevenson himself saying nothing of your snitching, whatever. Now, this is it. So this is great, and this is what everybody was talking about, right? So sorry about that, blowing that up because it's not going with the screen there. Sorry about that. So a fight years in the making. So this is from we got this post right here. This is from ESPN Ringside, as a matter of fact, this time. So good stuff, ladies and gentlemen. They're in the process of finalizing a deal, 130 pound title unification. So yada yada yada, y'all know that. So. Now, the thing here, though, is it says there's no financial agreement. That's where we don't know. You know what I'm saying? For any reason, this fight cannot happen. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I have high hopes, though. I have high hopes that this fight's going to happen, man. But you already know how it is with politics, with negotiations. It says here there's no financial agreement yet. So, I hope for no reasons of, oh man, I'm on A side, B side, and all that nonsense, man. I know it's business. I know it's part of the sport of boxing. What I mean by nonsense is I really don't care about that, man. I just want to see these guys fight. I don't care about it. I want to see these guys go at it, man. And I think that, it's going to come to a deal. I really hope so, man. So this is a good fight, ladies and gentlemen. You know what I'm saying? Really, really good fight. Now, concerning I got this. We're going to get to Shakur Stevenson right now. Now, what I said a moment ago, I got this fight 50-50, man. This is going to be a close fight, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a close fight. I've said it so many times. Oscar Valdez, man, I have seen growth in him. I have seen growth in his fight game. Now, the whole Consequao fight, I heard it was a bad performance by Oscar Valdez. And I think it's because he wasn't focused in that fight because of what happened. The ramifications of him popping for that substance and just everyone going at him, criticizing him. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, a lot of boxing community out there, and he felt it. I've said it in the video I pushed recently, at the time of this whole thing that happened with Oscar Valdez. I pushed videos, and I don't remember how many, I think 1 or 2, about that, and I made it very, very clear, man. Social media, people out there, communities, boxing fans out there, they're speaking out, and it's affecting him just as it affects all these fighters, and I think that's what led Oscar Valdez to perform how he did against Consequao, to the degree that Canelo wasn't so happy, in Oscar Valdez's performance. Everybody knows the story that Oscar Valdez has been training in the Canelo camp, whatever. After the fight, Canelo, Oscar goes into the locker room or whatever, and Canelo tells him, hey, man, it's experience. You should have done this, you should have done that, but you weren't doing it. He was telling him, some constructive criticism after the fight, But why am I saying that Oscar Valdez, I see growth in him? Because before that's why I'm not even considering the Consequao fight, man. Whatever. Before that, the Burchelt fight, man. The Burchelt fight, that was... Here we go. That was a focused Oscar Valdez. That was a focused Oscar Valdez. And credit to Eddie Reynoso, ladies and gentlemen. That patience, the footwork, sparing his punches, not wasting punches, very precise in the shots, upper body movement. I mean, I'm telling you, man, signature of Eddie Reynoso, how he trains. And this is why this fight's going to be... I got it 50-50. You got to understand, ladies and gentlemen. You got to understand, aside from controversy, and I'm going to get to... I said it a moment ago, I know, but I just want to, give my 2 cents on Oscar to show you why I think it's going to be 50-50. Oscar Valdez, man, he has heart, and he's a warrior, man. We cannot negate that. Remember, go back, and I mentioned this several times in the build-up to the Burchelt and Oscar Valdez fight, that Oscar Valdez, man, years ago, I think it was when he was under Manny Robles, his trainer, his corner or whatever. I think it was his last fight under Robles. I just don't remember. He fought against some guy. I think it was named Quigley or something like that. I forget the names, man. But he had a broken jaw, man. Oscar Valdez got a broken jaw, and I don't remember in which round it was, but he fought through the whole fight. There was no knockout from what I remember in that fight. Broken jaw, ladies and gentlemen. we got to respect these things, man. I mean, you got to respect that in fighters, ladies and gentlemen. Reminds me of, Deontay Wilder. Remember, he broke his hand. I think he broke his hand against Chris Arreola. The list goes on and on. I remember some time ago, too, years ago, there was a recent interview with Canelo where he was like showing his mansion and stuff over here in Guadalajara in Mexico. Showing his mansion or whatever, walking around, and he was showing some memorabilia or something, one of his uniforms that he fought, and he explained to the reporter or whatever, saying, "Oh yeah, that fight, man." And he was showing the uniform, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, that's when I fought so and so." I don't know who it was he fought, but he said that he broke his hand, man. And he kept going. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, Wilder broke his hand during a fight, and the list goes on and on of fighters, breaking something, and they just go on until it's over. Ladies and gentlemen, that shows heart, man. That shows grit. How many of these fighters, let's be honest here, man, how many of these fighters quit when something happens, a fracture anywhere in the body? They or throw in the towel, or they say they can't do it anymore, they can't go on. You can name it, some names out there. But Valdez, man, had a broken jaw and he kept going. That's heart, ladies and gentlemen. And that serves for a great fight here. That serves for an action-packed fight between Oscar Valdez and Shakur Stevenson. Come on now. Now, when we go to Shakur Stevenson, everybody knows the skills, the IQ, former Olympian. If I'm not mistaken, Oscar Valdez is a former Olympian also. But what he showed against Herring. And I've said this before when it came to, the Herring Shakur Stevenson fight. After, post or what have you. That was the best Shakur Stevenson I have seen in the ring. That's just me, okay? I know that, a lot of people have been talking about him like in other fights and what have you. Me too, amazing talent. But the opponents weren't just cutting it for me, man. I mean, obviously I have always given Shakur Stevenson his credit, always. But this Herring fight, ladies and gentlemen, because Herring, he got skills too. Come on, let's not say that Herring is some any average fighter. Herring got skills, and what Shakur Stevenson did against Herring, oh wow, that was beautiful stuff. Because before that, everyone knows the story also. That Nakatali guy, however you pronounce that name. When Shakur Stevenson, the fight before Herring, just put it that way, right? The fight before Herring. Shakur Stevenson's performance, man, I wish I would have seen more offense in that fight. Definitely. I mean, the defense is there, the skills is there, everything is there, man. But I wasn't too satisfied with that performance by Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson himself criticized himself. He knew what it was. That's why in the build-up to the Shakur Stevenson and Herring fight, Shakur Stevenson said, "Hey, this time I'm gonna show what it is. This time I'm gonna show the world who I am." And that's definitely what he did against Herring, man. Against Herring. Beautiful offense, standing his ground, and just, oh my gosh, that was such a beautiful fight. Beautiful performance by Shakur Stevenson. And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez, I got this 50-50. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I got to reiterate this. Oscar Valdez has skills too. Let's not beat around the bush and say he doesn't. Call him whatever you want to call him. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, he ducked him for so many years. Who cares about that? Who cares? The past is the past, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get over it. I get over things like that. I get over things quickly, man. We got to grow and walk and keep walking. The past is the past and it's over. Who cares? People may call him what they want to call him, but Oscar Valdez got some skills and he has been growing, ladies and gentlemen. And for me, Oscar Valdez's best performance was against Burchell. And I think that, watch this, ladies and gentlemen, I think Oscar Valdez will bring that same focus out as he did against Burchell when he fights Shakur Stevenson. Because now, after getting criticized after that, to a certain degree, I guess we could say the loss against Consequio, the moral loss, however you want to call it, the criticism, even though I guess he won that fight, but what I'm trying to say is that everything that he felt in the lead up to the Consequio, after the Consequio fight, man, I think he's driven now. I think that fire is back, that passion is back, and I think that Oscar Valdez, checks out, has the drive to prove the world that he's a clean fighter, and he's back to prove a point. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a magnificent fight, and I cannot wait. They're talking, I guess it's projected for April 30th. You know what I'm saying? April 30th. That's soon, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm giving credit to both these guys. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving credit to both of these champs. Now, if we get back here, I want to show you guys what the link I was showing earlier by accident, So we got the, box.live rankings, link in the description. Yeah. So, this is beautiful stuff, ladies and gentlemen. So we got here, let me just scroll down just a tad so you guys can see it. So we got Shakur Stevenson as WBO champ, right? WBC champ, Oscar Valdez. So they're going to be unifying, the WBC and the WBO belt, man. The winner is going to be the WBO and WBC champ, unified champ. We got IBF champ right here. Kenichi Ogawa, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but Kenichi Ogawa IBF, at least this is the last updated at January 13th, 2022, and we have, according to this ranking at least, a vacant champ right here. So this is going to be so interesting, ladies and gentlemen. That's why I want to show you this. The winner between Shakur Stevenson and Oscar Valdez, man, they can go unify against Ogawa or go for that WBA strap right there. You got Chris Colbert up there, number 1, I guess, ranked number 1, at least according to this ranking. Bert Chelt's up there. Oshaki Foster's up there. Herring's still up there. You know what I'm saying? You got some names, ladies and gentlemen, that are up in these rankings. So this is just a beautiful division, man. This division just got a lot more interesting now that this fight is being announced. Hopefully it's going to be official. By the time I post this video up, it's probably going to be official. But this is beautiful stuff. There's nothing to complain about here, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, let's put all that stuff aside. What happened before, it's the past. Salute to both fighters. I can't wait. I cannot wait. And I got to repeat this one more time. I got it 50-50. This is going to be a beautiful fight. And I see a chess match the first few rounds. I don't even want to make a prediction yet. But oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh. This is what boxing is about. Top competition versus top competition. These kids are in their prime. I say kids because they're young, according to my age. Yeah. But these guys, man, they're in their prime, ladies and gentlemen. Perfect timing. What do you think? Who do you got winning? Oh, man, are you excited for this? I am. Renee Boxyoung. Go ahead and, comment in the comment section. I appreciate y'all. Go ahead and give your opinions. Renee Boxyoung, a platform where we simply discuss, critique, analyze, simply talk about sport of boxing in level-headed, mature, coherent fashion. Definitely subscribers since day one. Recent subscribers, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thanks so much, man. Hit the notification bell. Hit the, like button. Y'all know what it is, man. If you're a new listener, if you love sport of boxing, this is simply a place for you. Simple as that, man. Go ahead and subscribe, share. Y'all know what it is, man. Renee Boxyoung. Peace out. Stay safe. Not you.